I'm John Michael Lander, and I'm from Kettering, Ohio. And I'd like to give you my experience of the Arbonne's 30 Day to Healthy Living. But before I do, I want to ask you one question. What do you want? Do you want to get in shape? Do you want to be a bodybuilder? Do you want to be a triathlete? Do you want to look great in a swimsuit as you're walking across the beach this summer? Keep that in mind as I share with you about my experience. I am not a doctor or a nutritionist, but I was an athlete, and I represented the United States in international diving for springboard and platform. I started an acting career, and I was still conscious about my body and how I looked, consciously always working out. My day would consist of waking up, go to the gym, go to the studio, go to rehearsal, go to classes, go to bed. It was a structured schedule, and that's what I've been used to all my life. Unfortunately, my parents got ill, so I had to come back to Ohio to help them. I thought I was just putting my acting career on hold for just a short time, but just like everybody else, life got in the way, and I started to lose the most important thing. I lost me. I started putting everybody else in front of me and taking care of them and what was more important about them. And in a way, I put myself on the back burner. Now imagine being a high school teacher, weighing 200 pounds, having adult asthma, and suffering from chronic migraines. That is what I became. I started the revolving door of buying supplements over the counter. I would buy the latest diet fad, the lemon juice cleanse, any kind of it you could think of, fat burners, anything that was going to help me burn the fat off and get back into shape as fast and as quick as possible. Some of my friends at the gym told me about this one program, and I said I would try it. So I started going to meetings, and I followed the instructions to a T, and I became obsessed. I was focused that this was going to be the answer. So as my gym friends were getting ripped and putting on more muscle, I was swelling and getting bigger and bigger. And I was refusing to listen to what my body was telling me because I wanted to fit in just like them. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. What I learned was that I had issues with whey, soy, dairy, sugar, and wheat. I was literally poisoning my body, and I didn't know it. It got so bad that I ended up in the doctor's office, and they prescribed some antibiotics, went home for a week, came back, and the antibiotics didn't work. So the doctor wanted to put me on stronger antibiotics and steroids. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, the school insurance would not cover it because it was too close to the date that the other ones were prescribed. So, what would you do? That's when I was reintroduced to Arbonne and the pure, safe, and beneficial nutrition products. Now, believe me, I was skeptical. Nothing had worked. Everything that I've been using has getting fatter and fatter and fatter, sicker and sicker and sicker. The asthma has gotten worse. The migraines have increased. I was at my wit's end. I didn't think this was going to happen. So I secretly started doing Arbonne, not telling my gym friends. I didn't want to be thought of and be told that it wasn't going to work by anybody else. This was going to work, I told myself. And I was tired of those chalky protein shakes that have the aftertaste. Arbonne's shakes, chocolate or vanilla, tasted amazing. And I was able to change them if I wanted to put fruits or anything in it and made it different. So it wasn't constantly the same. But the flavor is what got hold of me. And so I would take my shakes in the morning, and I would take one in the afternoon, and in between I made sure I had snacks so that I was eating like every 2 hours to 3 hours. I would also supplement in one of the protein bars, which are just incredible. But it was the fizz sticks that grabbed my attention, because once I started the fizz sticks, I felt this energy just burst out, and I felt this clarity in my head, and I felt strong, and I felt focused. People started noticing. It wasn't all at once. I felt different inside. I had no idea what it was looking like outside. So people were starting saying, hey, did you change your hair? Is that a new pair of gym shoes? Well, where'd you get that shirt? All this was the same clothes that I was wearing and the same hair that I had before. They just didn't know what it was. So after 30 days, I finally got on the scale and I had lost 15 pounds. I was so motivated that I was going to continue, so I had kept it up. So after 3 months, I lost 32 pounds. So I had maintained that weight for over a year. What I started to realize is that Arbonne was changing me from the inside out. Arbonne's low glycemic level helps the body to keep from spiking those sugar levels, which causes all inflammation. And also the inflammation was causing me, for me, migraines, also lung problems. But inflammation can also lead to cancers, blood cancers, Alzheimer's. All these diseases are interconnected by what's going on inside of us. So it's really important to take time and look at what you're eating and putting into your body. My body was regulating itself from the inside out. It was trying to make my body more alkaline and away from the acidic that I was poisoning my body with. The foods that I was putting into my body was creating acid. And on our body, we want to have a 7.36 alkaline. And that is on a scale from 1 being pure acid all the way up to 14, which is alkaline. And you want to be in that center area. But the more and more I put food in that was causing acid, the more it was attacking my body. And my body was in defense mode, constantly creating inflammation, migraines, lung issues, anything that it can try to get me to notice that there was something going on that was wrong. So in this state, my body is actually trying to defend and protect it by creating substances to protect the blood vessels, the organs, my skin. And wherever the weakest part of your body is where the acid will focus and collect on. And many times in men, it's the prostate. And with women, it's in the breast tissues. But that's a general statement because it can happen anywhere. So wherever you are weak in your body, that's where the acid will build up. And if you're not careful, it will burn holes in through your intestines, which causes your blood to pick up the poison. It is this big circular thing that happens. And Arbonne's 30-day to healthy living is what helps change that, and changing the way you eat and live your life. As I continue my journey with Arbonne's 30-day healthy living, I have realized that I'm becoming proactive and preventative. I'm helping my body to fight off diseases and illnesses by making sure that my body is in a more alkaline state. So I got so excited that I wanted to tell all my gym buddies, right? So I share with them, and they kind of freak out. They are not wanting to believe that a plant-based protein is what changed my life. Because what they were told, what they've read in the magazines, what they've been told by their trainers, that it has to be whey or soy. And then they also told me it's too expensive. I just don't have enough time for that. I can't do this. It's too expensive and it takes too long. They want immediate results and they want it yesterday. But what they're not being aware of is what is the after effect, what's going to happen later on down your life. We know that people have been dying from using stackers in the gym. 24-year-olds having heart attacks, which are unbelievable. People just falling over because their heart is a muscle and they've overextended it. So as you can tell, I'm passionate about Arbonne and the 30 days of healthy living. It changed my life, and it continues to change my life every day. And I wish everybody was doing it because I think people would realize what's so important. You know, being soy-free, gluten-free, wheat-free, dairy-free, vegan. And it's just incredible. And what we put into our bodies, we should be aware of because it does affect us. And we need to make the choice for a better life. Arbonne has been around for 35 years. And it is amazing, and there's no stopping it. It is growing, it's going into other countries, it is getting big. Everybody wants to change their life, they just don't know how. And it is our mission to help people find that out by sharing with them. And as you know, there are 4 levels. There's the district, the area, the regional, and national. And ask your representative how much people make in those areas, because it changes. It depends on how hard you work. This is not a pyramid scheme. If you become a member with me and you work harder than I do, you can promote higher than I am, and you can jump over me. It's not about where you are in the stack. It's about where you work and how hard you work and where you finish up at the end. It's all about a teamwork. That's the other thing about Arbonne that is unbelievable. We work together. If you're having a struggle spiritually, motivationally, uh, doing parties, just reach out to one of the other Arbonne people and they are there helping you. Also, there are 3 ways that you can purchase Arbonne products. You could become a preferred client and you can get the products at a discount. You can become a consultant and get an even larger discount, or you can become a purchaser, just buy the products at retail value. But I guarantee you, once you start using the products, you won't want to be a retail buyer. It is the most incredible thing in the world. I get so excited because people say it's expensive and they can't do it right now. How can you afford not to do it right now? By changing what you're doing with your body, what you're applying on your body, you are changing and preventing illnesses further down the road. The amount of money that I have been saving by not having to go to the doctor or buy over-the-counter medicines for colds, flus, just slight illnesses has been saving so much more money than what I've ever expected. The products are pure, safe, and beneficial. Thank you so much for letting me take this time to share my experience, and please, please join me and on my journey.